Black Light once again. Name of this video is Back to the Future. This is the 3 out of 4. And so we're trying to establish, a new way of doing things while we're pointing out how powerful the mind is and thought is. One thing we're using English, but we gotta change the way we use certain words, we got to upgrade the language. In other words, what I'm trying to establish is instead of using black, use original, aboriginal. You can use aboriginal or original. It only means the origin. So when you say the original man, you're saying the origin of man. Mind is the early word for man. Now, we don't know how to attack this system because we're using old strategies and old knowledge and old language. Language, you could be using English, but in the English language, it has what you call jargon. Jargon is the language of whatever profession that you're in. You're using English, just like the lawyers have a jargon. Baseball, sports have jargon, their own jargon. Musicians have their own jargon. And it could be a jargon of the region that you're living in. Just the way you express the English language. And what's holding us back is the reason why you had those debates in New York, because they was all saying the same thing, but they was using the language of their particular religion. So like the Moors was talking about, they was using legalese, the color of law, they were into a political type jargon, and that's why they said don't use the words black. Sometimes they do things and don't even know why they do it or know how to do it. And so that looked like they was, if you say black, it looked like they was attacking black. And as far as using the word religion, anything could be a religion. Your black power could be a religion. But put it like this. This is this is what the connotation of religion and those that's in the black power movement, this is how they use it. Religion is holding you down, and those that's in religion feel like it's improving their lifestyle. Because if a man was a drunkard and he believes in Jesus and he stopped drinking, or if a man was a dope fiend and he believes in Allah or the Prophet Muhammad and he improves it and he stopped using dope, then it's not holding him down, it's improving. But religion is something you do every day, or something you do all the time, or something you practice. Like pimping and hoeing, that could be a religion. But it's like this. You get stagnated because mostly it becomes a ritual or a trend, and you get stagnated in that. You're not building on that, and you're putting money in the plate to support the preacher, you know, or the structure that you're in. So it really has no scientific, and that word science scares people also. It has no scientific benefits. So any time you put money in a pot and you don't see that the community is not benefiting from it, you're not pooling your resources, and you think that you're giving money to God. It's not the religion. You know, religion ain't nothing but a technique, you know, or a methodology. So it ain't the religion, and it ain't the doctrine of that religion. It's the people that's using that religion or that doctrine. They get bogged down in a clique and can't get out of that, you know. So just like YouTube, it's a religion. People using it to reach everybody over the planet, but it's a religion because y'all doing social networking, and y'all using it as a religion, as you would use a religion, but it's not nothing beneficial coming out of it. You know, you're not building up your communities or anything like that. It's not even used as a news tool, a tool for the news, especially in the original man's community, aka black man's community. Ain't nothing wrong with saying black, but I'm trying to give y'all an alternative way of thinking, because see, that's what we lacking. We lacking an alternative, you know, because they say life is made up of choices, but somebody could corral your choices. They had a scientific, psychological testing with these rats, and they learned how to make the rats choose the way they wanted the rats to choose, by holding back the food, putting them in a crowded place, and the rats started eating up each other. And every time they try to go through the door, the right door, or the right opening, there was a device there to electrocute them, keep them from going through that right opening. And so they learned how to eat each other up just to get that food. But I'm not going to go into that right now. They are socially and scientifically developing your mind, or undeveloping your mind, you know, to make improper choices. And the thing about it is, you lost your the black man and woman, you lost their hope and motivation. So the Cyberspace Ministry, the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders, is going to give you another alternative. You're going to do it like this, the way I'm doing it. And that way you don't have to worry about no spies getting in on you. Now we're getting back to the Matrix. When he had Neo reading, when Larry Fishburne had Neo reading all those books, he was absorbing those books at a tremendous rate of speed. And after he got through reading them, he could do it. You know, like he put Kung Fu in there, and he was reading that. After he got through learning Kung Fu, he could do Kung Fu, you know, at a tremendous speed. And because his mind thought faster than the agents that was in there. You see? So you make yourself predictable by using old strategy. When you use this word black power, when you marching and protesting, you use a 1960 strategy. You know. So you got to keep up with what he doing. Caucasian using visual illusions on you through the television and through the radio. Your audio illusions and visual illusions. And propaganda every day. So you got to come on with your own propaganda every day. But they ain't going to let you do it on regular TV. You know, pro-black. They're not going to let you do it, so you got to. That's why they got YouTube. But if you're going to act the way they act like on regular TV with soap operas and all the drama and reality TV, then you ain't doing nothing. And you got to watch the way you talk. You can't use like religion ain't this and that, because you're going to alienate. You might have a soldier in there. So you got to watch your language nowadays. You know, how you use it. So, you know, Mr. Farrakhan, he knows how to use the proper language, you know, to get people to rally behind him. You got Christians, he got all types of people rallying behind him because he knows what language to use. So, anybody that don't use that kind of language, they behind the times, you know. And so they thinking process is slow. Or they could be an agent, you know. So you got to upgrade the speed of your thought, you know. What's slowing down your speed of thought could be anything, you know. You didn't let the devil get up in your thinking process. What does he use? He used women. He used money. He used the promise of power, materialistical, abundance of materialistical things, the promise of materialistical things. He used your ego, your own ego against you. So this is Black Light Out. We might come back with one more. You see what we got time for. This is going to be the last one, though, on this subject, Back to the Future.